Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is the 2-month mark and I have a new tool. Welcome back and thanks for being here. In the past week I've lost 3 pounds, a little bit of body fat, and a little bit off my waist. I started this journey almost exactly 2 months ago. It was the 28th of November, which was Thanksgiving Day. And today is the 27th of January, so that's almost exactly 2 months. I'm 1 day shy. In those 2 months, I have lost 34.6 pounds, 7.3% body fat, and just over 5 inches from my waist. I feel like I've accomplished quite a bit in a short period of time. Some argue that I am losing weight at an unhealthy rate. Some say I'm doing just fine. One of the things that's an interesting milestone this time around is I have dropped below the 25% body fat threshold, and I haven't seen that number in quite a long time. And in the magic scale, Renfo, I forget what it's called, but basically all the resources I've seen say that below 25% body fat is an acceptable body fat margin for men. I've even seen some of them that say that if you're over 25% then you're obese, but I think that's for younger men. Older men, they typically say 28%, I think. But anyway, 25% body fat that's a good milestone for me, and I'm pretty pleased with that. My end goal is to get to 19%, and I think I'll wind up going lower than that, but 19% was what I was shooting for back in November, when my body fat content was nearly 33%, so I was almost a third fat, and so 19% I thought was a good goal at the time. Now I'm not changing that goal, but I think that through the course of losing another 25 pounds, I might dip below that 19%. We'll see, especially if I change up some of my exercise regime. I want to try to I'm not going to be aggressive about it, I don't think, but I want to just get fit and see what happens. And speaking of getting fit, I went ahead and got a Fitbit. I actually am wearing it right now. I got the little slender one. As a cyclist, I would often wear a heart rate monitor, and I had one of those ones that would interface with the bike. The computer's up here. I think it works with this one. And I've got the same thing up on this bike here. And I don't really need to see my heart rate while I ride, but I'm using it so I can count calories. And the Fitbit right now, I'm not using it nearly to its capacity. I don't count my steps and stair climbs and all that other stuff. Right now I'm using it just for heart rate monitoring, and I don't look at my heart rate on a regular basis to see what it is, but the heart rate plus my body weight is used to calculate how many calories I'm burning in a day. So that way I can compare calories burnt to calories eaten. And right now, obviously, with OPTAVIA, I am maintaining a pretty large deficit. And some would argue that that's not healthy either, but I'm using that deficit to get to a target weight. And then once I'm at the target weight, I will then work on overall fitness as far as strength building, which might build more muscle. It might cut some fat, and of course my diet will be paramount to how that all turns out. The heart rate stuff, yeah, I'm still pretty much where I was before. My resting heart rate is 54 beats per minute, which is, I'm pretty sure, well within a healthy margin. There was a time when my resting heart rate was around 46, but that was when I was young, much leaner, and a competitive cyclist. Still, 54 is not bad at all. Once I start wearing this on the bike and I'm exercising a lot more, we'll see what my heart rate range is. I haven't paid attention to that in a few years because I haven't been riding, but when I turned 50, I think that's when they say that, 170 beats per minute, and I'm pretty sure I go beyond that on the regular. So we'll see once I get out there and start exercising again and check it out. At this point, I am very comfortable and set with my OPTAVIA fuelings. I don't really have anything new to say about those. I'm not trying anything new with OPTAVIA. I have my set list of stuff that I purchase, and I've reported that stuff in the last video. OPTAVIA 7, I think is what that video is called. And so I'm just sticking to a plan, and I haven't cheated. I think throughout the entire time, the entire 2 months, I've only eaten out maybe 2 or 3 times, and I was very conscious of what I was eating at the time. One of these places I went to, the meal was just entirely too large, so I cut it in half and then had half at the restaurant, then half the next day. The other 2 times I made sure I got something small and relatively healthy. It wasn't certainly as healthy and lean as I should have been having, but I didn't have bacon cheeseburgers or anything like that. I think I'm doing pretty well with it. I am staying true to the program other than those 3 nights in the past 2 months. And I'm going to keep on going until I get down to my weight goal. And again, my weight goal is 180 pounds. I might slow down a little bit, as far as my transition goes, but my goal is to, once I get to 180 pounds, to be eating a regular healthy diet, not to be confused with my regular unhealthy diet before. So I'm not going to be consuming a lot of calories, but I'll be using the Fitbit to see how many calories I'm burning a day. And I can't say that I'm going to eat the same amount of calories every day to fulfill that, but I'm going to use it as a tool. All of this stuff, it's all just guesstimation. I mean, even the magic scale that I use a lot, and that's where I get my numbers for fat loss and all that other stuff. It's all guesstimation. It's just a tool for tracking my progress, and I realize that. I know these are not top-end fitness devices, but they're tools, and so that is my plan. Feel free to ask questions if you have them, and I appreciate you being here. I'll see you next time.